And a very good afternoon to you all and good morning. Can you believe it? Launch day is upon us. Launch day is here. We are Wednesday the 9th of June, midweek. We of course wear pink on a Wednesday as we always do. My name is Craig Laird and as I say this is Wake Up Call. So I'm here with you Monday to Friday for an hour and a half and I've always got someone by my side. Whether it's Joe, whether it's Ben, whether it's Becky, you'll find out in a minute who's with me today. But let's go straight in. Dive into, let's go over the shows lined up for today. You've got me all day today. So starting off with Wake Up Call, then we're going into the big Hunky Dory Crafts launch day on Crafters TV. That's 3 p.m. here in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time. Then with it being Wednesday, it means we've got Creative Cravens. So Creative Cravens being 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, or 11 a.m. Pacific Time. Now, as I pointed out a moment ago, I'm not going to beat around the bush because we've got so much to go through within Wake Up Call. What I am going to tell you, now we did do a Facebook Live last night on my Facebook page from my house where we went through the full Hunky Dory by the Show bundle. What I didn't tell you, because I didn't have it confirmed, but managed to get it this morning all ready to go. So if you go on our website, you go into the launch day and you're going to buy the show, everything that's Hunky Dory within that category, you're going to get double points. I know. Double points. So go into launch day, buy the show and everything there that's Hunky Dory, whether it is buy the bundle, whether it is maybe little elements, whatever it is, Hunky Dory in there is double point on that one there. But I am not on my own. We are back together again, back together for all day today. And Joe's by my side. Hi Joe.
Hello Craig, how are you? I hope you're all having a fabulous week. How's it been so far, Craig?
It's been really good, really busy. The last couple of days I was only here for Wake Up Call. So yeah, I'm looking forward today to not only launch day and Creative Cravens, but me and you all day today.
Absolutely. It's been a lovely week. The weather's glorious. It puts everyone in a good mood, doesn't it?
It does.
Immediately. The sun is shining and all is well here in the northeast of England. Yes, I hope you've had a brilliant week so far. There's loads coming up today, as Craig was just saying, and for the rest of the week actually. But it is Wednesday, so not only do we wear pink, glad to see you got the memo, Craig. I got the memo. I came in today and I was like, oh gosh, it's Wednesday.
Forgot.
Managed to find something. Whew, crisis averted. But that also means it is Random Crafts of Kindness, which is fantastic. So it's your opportunity. You can share an image and story of something you have made to brighten a stranger's day, or maybe it's something someone has made to brighten your day. And if you want to share those stories with us, you can do so very easily. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. I've got 4 to share with you in this show, which I'm really excited about. I would really love, though, to have some Random Crafts of Kindness maybe that we could share next week and the subsequent weeks thereafter, which is fantastic. If you want to get social with me, you can do so in all the normal ways. Crafters TV if you're across on Facebook, or Crafters Companion if you're over on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe so you never miss any of our fantastic shows here on Crafters TV. But as Craig said, there is loads to come, isn't there, Craig?
There is loads and loads and loads. Now, first off, you're going to go, well, where's the Hunky Dory? Do you want to have a look at it? It is that big, we couldn't physically pop it here or pop it here, so we popped it there. This is the Hunky Dory by the Show collection with toppers, with inserts, with papers, with parchment, with little books, with 5x5 little books, lots and lots. You've got your duo paper pads, which are 8x8, duo patterned paper pads that are 8x8. Look at that gorgeous, adorable scoreable. You've got the clouds, you've got the animal, you've got the leather print, you've got the fonts, you've got the text, you've got a ginormous selection when it comes to the Buy the Show. So, Buy the Show, £160 here in the UK, $240 for you guys stateside. Everyone is already getting that saving straight away. But of course, in Club Inspire, it means you're going to be paying even less than that. Now, if you want to go for that Buy the Show...
You forgot your cup of tea. There you are.
I'll need that. I'm that excited. I need it. Thank you, Joe. If you want to go for Buy the Show, perfect. Absolutely. That is what it is there. However, if you do want to cherry pick certain bundles, you can do. For instance, you might only want to have the adorable scoreable, 6 brand new sets. However, if you want to have another bit of an overlook when it comes to your screen there, that is everything that you're getting. So we have got Meadow Farmyard decollage. We have got childhood dreams. Let me tell you, you already loved that on the Facebook Live last night. 6 different sets of adorable scoreable, the duo paper pads as well, and the duo pattern paper pads when it comes to here. So we are going to go over this in so much more details coming up in launch day later on, but this is just a little bit of a snippet as to what to expect when it comes to the buy the show. So what we can then do is we're going to be looking at that just shortly, but then later on in launch day, 3 p.m. here in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern time, 7 a.m. Pacific time. If you didn't see my Facebook Live last night, we were 2.5 hours Facebook Live last night where we done some crafting. Then do come back and watch myself and Joe where we'll go over it all over again and show you everything that you're getting in a lot more detail. But do you know what we've still got also coming up? You know, yes, it's launch day, but we've still got Creative Cravens as well. It's Wednesday. So therefore, we have got our Gemini interchangeable sentiments here. Now, I personally have asked for these ones to be back on again because I absolutely adore what you could be making with these ones here. My demo I'm going to be doing on Wake Up Call is going to be including the Hunky Dory Gildan Flakes that we've also got back as well. So, the Gemini Interchangeable Sentiment Die Collection. 30 elements in total, 30 dies in total, £67 here in the UK, $76 for you guys stateside, and as you can see it's 6 different sets, but lots of different ways that you can actually use them because you can do exactly as it says on the screen, and that is interchange all the different sentiments as well. So we'll have a look at them in Wake Up Call, but we'll also have a look at them later on in the day on Creative Cravens. But then what we're also going to do is I'm going to go here, not far, and then we're going to be having a look at the penny sliders. Now, when it comes to the demo with the penny sliders in Wake Up Call, I'm going to be using, that's right, Hunky Dory, our dual paper pads when it comes to these ones here. But this is the Gemini Penny Slider Stamp and Die Collection, 110 elements in total, £63, $82 for you guys stateside. Really nice saving at the bottom of the screen as well. So head across crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu, go into the Wake Up Call Shop the Show, but of course when it comes to the Hunky Dory, of course go on to the launch date Shop the Show. You'll see everything that's there that we're going to be touching upon. But as you can tell, that's why we wanted to go straight into it, because it is an absolute humongous show, whether it is Wake Up Call, whether it's launch date, or of course whether it's Creative Cravens, and we've got some cracking demos, if I do say so myself, lined up in a moment or two. So I think, Joe, I better grab my phone with your comments. I'm going to grab my cup of tea. I'm going to throw back to you, and I'll go and get myself sorted.
I just was very concerned, Craig. There was a lot of talking to do with that swig of tea. I saw it here on the coffee table and I thought, that man needs his tea. Something that you guys need, though, is, of course, this week's Get It, Got It, Good. And this week's, oh my word, we have got you in sparkly heaven. We are, of course, looking at the metallic markers. You're going to get the antique elements, the rare minerals, and the precious metals. They should be $11.99 each in the UK or $16.95 each in the US. However, today you can pick them, all 3 of them up for £20 or $30. They are so versatile. They go onto dark cardstock, lighter cardstock, glass, ceramic. They've got an incredible drying agent in them as well, so you can watercolour them, but then they dry permanent. They are an amazing product. And they are so popular. Do snap them up. Remember, this deal will only last up until Sunday or whilst the stocks last. Loads of you chatting away with us this morning. Lot of love for your Facebook Live last night, Craig. Loads of people loving that. Lots of you tuning in, letting me know what you're up to. Pamela's saying hi from a very humid central New York. Charlotte is in Tennessee. Janet is in Pennsylvania as well. It seems like we've got universally lovely weather this week, Craig. Everywhere seems to be glorious, doesn't it?
It does. It really, really does. Everywhere just is absolutely glorious sunshine. If you've not, then, you know, apologies. We don't want to be rubbing it in. But you know what? It's not often we get it. So we're going to rub it in. I am anyway, that's for sure. Apparently I've got a bit of the sun, you said,
You
Joe.
do, yeah.
And it's actually real this time.
Nice.
It's not fake, I know. Just if you are joining us from Facebook, we're not sure if we're up and running just yet. We've got a little bit of the gremlins in the system. So you guys are from YouTube, as always, thank you so much. But they're maybe even on our website, but maybe just a little bit of a delay from YouTube. No, from Facebook. But we'll get there. Trust me, Adam is flying back and forwards. I can see him out the window trying to get it all sorted. But we will carry on as normal. And what we are going to do is, first of all, we are going to be looking at Hunky Dory. Of course. Now you can see on the screen there, this is the Hunky Dory by the Show collection. So you're getting your toppers, you're getting your inserts, you're getting your adorable scoreable, your duo paper pads, little books, parchment. You have got so much. Now 2 packs of the adorable scoreable are matte-tastic. The remaining 4 is the traditional style coated adorable scoreable. Your duo paper pads, the pure colours blocks, they are matte-tastic. The other 2 are adorable scoreable. But you can see the camera work going through there with George, simply exquisite. You've got, now look at the coup. There's the
wee coup.
You guys on Facebook Live last night loved that adorable scoreable. That one being the, well, I call it All Creatures Great and Small. It's not actually that one, you know, it is more of Creatures Great and Small, as it's called. But that is the Buy the Show on there, £160 here in the UK, $240 for you guys stateside. But of course, if not all of you, most of you are in Club Inspire, so you're not even going to be paying even less than that. And not forgetting, if you go onto launch day on our website, go into Buy the Show, and everything hunky-dory within the Buy the Show, you're going to get double points as well. So it is a win-win all round. So do you know what I think we need to do, Joe? Dive straight in and let's go in and have
I thought you were going to say stop, collaborate and listen, but no, okay,
no.
I'm happy to go with that as well.
Is that a song, is it?
Stop, collaborate and listen.
So it is that, yeah, I know that very well now. Now what I'm not going to do at this point, we're going to go through what you're getting in the bundle. One, I showed you on the Facebook Live last night, so if you get a chance afterwards, go back and have a look. However, that is what we're going to do in launch day. It's that big that it would probably take up the full wake-up call to do it. So what we'll do is I'm going to reach over here and I'm going to bring in some finished samples of the Meadow Farm decollage. I'm going to bring in some samples of the Childhood Dreams. And last but not least, I'm going to bring in some finished samples. Did I do that nice and subtly, did I? Not having them laid out in front of me.
Seamless, Craig, seamless.
Seamless. Adorable, scoreable. So let's have a look at a few of each. I've got a big pile of each, but we'll just show you a few. Now this one here, with the bunny rabbits, this is a very relatively quick demo that I done on Facebook Live last night, Joe. I'm going to tip it forward so you can see the decollage elements here. Decollage is decoupage, but on a big scale.
Craft big or go home, Craig.
It is, yeah. It is huge. You don't have to use all the layers if you don't want to, but you know, if you are going to go all out, then it just makes it look spectacular. So it's all about the Meadow Farm. So we've got bunny rabbits, we've got the owl, we've got the piggies, we've even got the ducks, we've even got geese, we've got birds, we've got so much when it comes to the decollage, including some donkeys and horses and kittens around the farmyard. So that is just a few of your decollage. Then what we're going to do, let's have a look at Childhood Dreams. Now this is a very, very quick card we made on Facebook Live last night, using the little 5x5 book that you've got included as well. But so many of you resonate with the images within this design, Joe. Artwork when it comes to all the images. Coming in on launch day, I will go over a little bit more information as of what the artwork is, where it's from, who it's from, but simply gorgeous. Now you could be looking at so many of these, Joe, and you will easily be thinking of yourself, whether you were little and you remember being with your grandparents or maybe your elder aunt and uncles, and you're there in the garden with them, whether you're helping them gardening, at the old time fair, at the park, when you're with your friends. You know, when you remember the day that you used to get up in the morning, it's the school holidays, and you used to say to your mum and dad, right, I'm going out, and they're like, okay, be back for tea time.
Yeah,
no
the good old
mobile
days.
phones, no nothing. You would go up to the woods in the forest, you go to the dirt track, the bike track, and you know, you'd come back covered in dirt. And
you just have to go into the park and just hoping that you found your friends, Craig.
Yeah.
Because no one had any phones.
No phones at all, and you know, there was no worry, no concern, nothing like that. I know obviously that is obviously different time, you know, not like that now, but you're remembering those sorts of memories, those sorts of occasions when it comes to childhood dreams. But what we're now doing is we're going into the adorable, scoreable creatures, great and small, as I like to call it. Then look at this one here. Now this one is your older style kind of rose effect. Matte-tastic within this one here, so you can add extra dimension and ink if you want to here. Then look at this one here. Love this one. Lots of florals within this set here that we're going to be showing you. I actually made this on Facebook Live last night as well. Little bit of a decoupage effect using the adorable scoreable, but so many different designs, 6 in totals, that we will go through all of the info pack shortly.
Oh, ahoy there. Hello, sailor.
So that one is Sea Shanty, it's called. Ooh. This one is also matte-tastic. So if you've got, like many do, lots of Sarah signature left over from the nautical, then you can be using that.
I like this, Craig.
But look at that adorable scoreable pack. This is all about your leathers, and this one's been made into a little wallet. All the samples that we're going to be showing you from throughout the day are all done from the team and the design team at Hunky Dory. So a massive thank you for them sending all their finished samples for us to be able to show. Now what we can do is we can dive straight in and do a demo. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with this gorgeous, cute little fawn that's here. Now what I've done, Joe, is for prep wise, obviously I've used all of my sheets. So I've managed to take one out of this pack shot. Now this is how it comes. So you get 2 of each design. So this is 2 separate cards. What you also get is 2 sheets of all your die cut toppers. So take die cut toppers, all die cut decollage. So you get 1 sheet for each as well. And then what you also get is 2 of these sheets as well. So you're able to do 2 of each design. But of course, as I was saying earlier on, and I'm going to do in one of my demos in launch day, Joe, is what you'll find is throughout all of the decollage sheets, the decollage will also work in conjunction with the images on the background. So you could split it. So you could do half your decollage on the background and half onto the main topper.
Nice.
So you're making it go a lot more further, but we will, as I say, show you that later on in launch day. So what we're going to do to start with, and I'm going to start off with an apology, Joe.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no, 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 no.
We did still have in stock up until yesterday, and you guys went and sold it all out, and that was the last remaining foiled acetate to Welcome to Fairyland. And you sold it out. Even
Snooze you
before.
lose you, as Sonia says.
So my acetate that I've got here is from Welcome to Fairyland. Now if you've got any other foiled acetate, any of your heavyweight acetate, you can do exactly what I've done here. So this is what I've done, 8x8 card blank, and I have used one of my own large nesting dies, circle nesting dies. It's one of the big ones. To be precise, it is 6.5 inches by width and height. So that's how big that I've used. And I've also created my own little frame in gold mirror card, also using my large nesting dies. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick that on here, Joe, because I've got enough of a rim to add my adhesive on.
Awesome.
And then what I've also done is I've already popped all of the layers out. So there's my base layer. I've popped all these individual ones out, including all of these bits. And I've managed to get myself pre-prepped, and I've taken the backings off my foam pads. And remember how I always say, keep the backing of your sheets from your foam pads or your A4 foam pad sheets. Keep the backing, because they are quick release now, because I've taken the backings off. So we're all good to go. So I'm going to pop them to the side for now, and then we can start to layer up, and could have a look at the little, all the comments that's coming through as well.
Sandra asks, will the Childhood 5x5 book be available on its own? I think not. They are available in their sort of smaller collections. You've got the option to buy the show or buy the individual collections. The individuals on their own are not separately available at the moment. I'll be honest with you, we just didn't have enough stock
No.
of any of them to list them individually.
No.
So that's why we've bundled them together as we have in their smaller bundles as the collections go together. So you've got lots of options, Craig, haven't you? You can either go for one of the smaller bundles, or I'm guessing, what a great starter stash for someone that was starting out to go for that by the show.
Exactly. And what I'm so delighted with the team is they really have done as much as they can bundle wise. So it's going to match and it's going to work well for you at home and your pocket. Fully understandable. You know, some of you might not manage the buy the show bundle, and that's totally understandable. So therefore, what the team have managed to do is bring the bundles either on their own or the durable scoreable as well, and still have a really nice saving on each of them ones. But you know, there may be many of you that do want the full buy the show, so this is where we've got that even better saving in total. But it's one of those where if you are either starting out when it comes to card making, and this is where Hunky Dory are so good with your beginners, but then what you can do, like I'm doing, start to bring in more and more of your stash that you've got at home. So you can start to bring in your Crafter's Companion, embossing folders, your dies, all your extras that you've got at home. So if you are more advanced, then you can start to take your card making a lot further and a lot further beyond what you would maybe do as a beginner. So really worthwhile. Have a look, see, have a look at buy the show, also have a look at the bundles and see which one really benefits yourselves.
I do worry about stock on a lot of this. I'm just hearing how many. I mean, you know, it normally goes live in the morning, Craig, doesn't it? It
Yeah.
did only go live. It went live a little later today. So what it means is a lot of you are seeing it now. It's only a couple of hours it's been online. A lot of you are already shopping that category. Remember, you're getting double points across the entire show, which is awesome. All the hunky-dory items in there. Loads of people tuning in today, Craig. Fran's in Maryland. Vicky saying hi from a very humid Long Island. Rita's here as well. She says, I just wanted to come say good morning to everyone. I miss all of you. I hope you all have a very crafty day. Thank you, Rita.
Hello and good morning.
Victoria says, I'm looking dashing today. What a lovely compliment, Craig.
You are. You
Thank
really
you.
are looking dashing in your pink.
I had forgotten it was Wednesdays, and on Wednesdays we wear pink. But luckily, Craig, I had a pink shirt in the cart. We're all good. Crisis averted. Anne says, as usual, it is raining today in Scotland. And Patricia saying, good morning, CCT. Craig, you were great last night. Vicky Cook says as well, really enjoyed your Facebook Live last night, Craig, too. And Sandra says it is the bunny rabbit is what finally made the decision for me. Yeah, you seem to have a lot of fun on these Facebook Lives, Craig.
Oh, we have so much fun. When I do Facebook Lives, most of the Facebook Lives that I do, Joe, are just jam-packed full of crafting. But whenever I have a big launch, primarily Hunky Dory, as you know, it's very fortunate it's myself that does the launches. What I do to kind of help us on the actual launch day show, I like to do a Facebook Live the night before, and it really gives you an in-depth look as to everything that you're going to get within either the buy the show or the bundles, whatever you're getting. It means that when the products do go live the following morning, you will already know exactly what you're going to get. You don't have to wait till launch day and think, oh, I'm going to have to look and see exactly what I'm going to get within the set. I've already showed you, I've gone through it all. We've even done a little bit of crafting, so you can get a bit of an idea as to what you can make, and then there you go. As it goes live, you check it out your basket the next morning. So that's why I like to do them. But we do have a laugh as well.
We do. You do, Craig, by the sounds of it. Sounds like having a lot of fun. Susie T says, Joe, how was your time off? It was lovely, thank you. I was just chatting to you, Craig, wasn't I, about it before the show. I went to sort of my first big outdoor gig on my days off. I went to see a comedian who's very famous here in the UK called Russell Howard. And there was about, I'd say there was about 1,000 people there, Craig. 1,500 people in a really big open space, socially distanced, individual tables of 6 people with, you know, bar service, and the drinks were brought to you and stuff. But it was lovely, really great to be sort of out and, you know, stuff, sort of larger events starting to happen as well, Craig. And of course, the weather's been glorious, isn't it? Which has made it all the more blissful. Lots of time sitting in the marina, which was absolutely lovely. Catherine says, what is the glue in Craig's fine tip applicator, please?
So what I've used in my fine applicator, it's just our tacky glue. Now, 9 times out of 10, I wouldn't use it for acetate. You can do, as you can see what I've done here, because acetate is non-porous, it takes a little bit longer to dry. So that's why I wouldn't tend to use it for acetate, but because I had such a fine border all the way around, I thought I'm going to go with it. Instead of having to have a little fiddle about with my red liner tape, I'd use our tacky glue. So it is just our Collall tacky glue within the little applicator we've got there.
Awesome. Hope that helps, Catherine.
So here we go. So all that I'm doing now, Joe, is having a little play. So when we get to some of the smaller bits, all that you need to do is think of it as a little jigsaw. You're having a look, you're matching up some of what you can see. So is that's that one there. And what it does is you're starting with your base images, which is a full image, and then as each layer comes up, it's getting less and less and less. This is where the dimension comes into play. But then we can simply go along, and as I say, we're having a little look, see where some of these need to go. So is it there? Is it into here? So I think, now it's that one there. And if needed, use your pokey tool for the smaller bits like I do. But it's when it comes into things like the ears, anything like the ears, this is where it really starts to take shape. So we're popping this in. And when I was saying at the start, you don't need to use all the layers if you don't want to. You know, if you only want to pick out certain ones, then you can do. But you know, if you really want to go to town, then absolutely, this is what it's for.
Sarah Brown says, OMG, I found you guys. Hello from Melbourne, Australia. Hello, Joe and Craig and all at CCTV. I saw Facebook had some gremlins. So glad I could see you now. Exciting news for Sarah and everyone else in Melbourne, Craig.
What's that?
Their lockdown, they've just had 2-week lockdown. It's ending on Friday.
Oh, amazing.
So amazing, Sarah. So happy to see that in the news today. Yeah, they had a sort of snap 2-week lockdown. Well, it's a few days and it turned into a couple of weeks, but it ends to a degree on Friday, which is awesome. So pleased for everyone down under.
So good to hear that, isn't it? Nice hearing starting to end in places.
Absolutely. This is like, it's almost a bit mindful, this, Craig, isn't it? Like it looks like quite a cathartic thing to do.
Yeah, it is. It is. Just make sure you've got that little bit of time so that you can just sit, you can relax and start to pop the bits together. But what you can also do, Joe, is take the topper on their own and create the decoupage. You know, maybe one night, sitting watching the TV, start to build them. You don't have to use them all the time. You can, of course, just start to assemble them all on their own. Now, what I'm also going to do here, Joe, is on launch day, we've got so many items back in stock. Now, we've got our glitters back in stock as well, the hunky-dory ones. So what I've done is I've taken one of the gold glitter from the Essential, and although you've got accent foil already on your decollage, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with a little glue pen, or you might have a quickie glue pen. This is the exact same thing, just a different brand. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in to some of these top bits. Some of them I'm overlapping where the gold foil is, because what I want is a little bit of glitter instead. And I'm only doing it in some of the corner bits. And this is the sort of part as well that you could do before you assemble it. But what I wanted to do is I have to juggle it about and work out the quickest way to show you while live. So we're going to go in to these bits here. I'm going to pick and we're going to go on with the little bits of glitter. And then what I can do is let's go in with a little bit of cardstock. I'm going to take this excess off. And then even the small amount that I've used, this extras can go back in. And then also, what I'm going to use to finish off, Joe, is all of our diamond sparkles on a roll. We've got these back as well. This one is simply sepia. Now these are all together on one roll. They're all on an adhesive sheet strip, so they all come off in a oneer. But what I like to do is use them individually. So what I do is using my tacky glue is I'm going to come in and do 1, 2, 3 dots, 1, 2, 3 dots. And because they're all on strips, you could just snip them off and then attach them onto your card that way, but I don't like seeing the little squares of adhesive underneath. So what I do is, using my pokey tool, I just peel them off the back end, pop it into place, and work my way along. So just peeling
I really love your attention to detail, Craig. You know, the fact that you take the time to take them off individually off the backing and put them on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's admirable.
Now, there is times where I would use them on the adhesive strip. For instance, if I'm maybe going to do a little bit of home decor, maybe wrap them around a little glass candle jar or something, then this is when they work really well on the adhesive strip. But for my cards, I don't want to see that adhesive underneath, so I prefer to use them on their own. So let's quickly do 1, 2, 3 as well. Let's do 1, 2, 3. And then, if I've counted right, what we can do is, using these ones, and this is a really good and inexpensive way to stock up on your gems, because you get so much. I don't actually know. It's a meter's worth anyway.
I can't even begin to get my head around how many must be on there, Craig.
1 metre strip contains 1,236 on one strip. So if you were to go for all the colourways that are back on the show, and remember, it will be under the launch day by the show banner, so you know what that means. Double points. So what we're doing, because I want to make sure everything that I am using is within that by the show category. Not by the show, yeah, by the show. I get mixed up with by the show and by the bundle. So these are under the by the show category on launch day. So just a few more here, positioning out the gold gems. It's the gold ones I've used within the sepia tones. So let's take these 1, 2, and 3. And they're really not that hard to prise off the adhesive backing. We're going to do that one. Last but not least, taking this one. So I've got this last one here. And let's drop that onto my finger, pick it up, and then there we go. Well, we press that into place. And at the start, Joe, what I've done as well, on the back, is I've taken a die-cut circle in our white smooth stamping card, and that covers the workings from the backdrop. But we've now got, it's kind of like an aperture. See, oh, one last thing. You've got the coordinated inserts to go with them. So what I'm going to do with this one is I'll show you throughout the show a few ways in which you can attach your inserts to your cards. For this one, what I'm doing is I'm going round all 4 edges with my adhesive strip. I'm bringing in a little bit of texture card. This is from our 12 by 12 cardstocks that we do. A little bit matting and layering. Let's bring this one off here. And your inserts, because they're a matte cardstock, that means that you can then stamp any of your sentiments or inserts, or you can even print onto them as well. And then also to point out, the background sheet that comes with this, I've not even used. So you've got that left over to use with your little book if you want to. But there we go. Really nice. Quite a straightforward card, because all it is die cutting a circle within your card blank and doing the same with acetate. But if I tip it to the side, the depth that you've got there, and I've kept my card blank nice and white with that frame, with the gold, works a treat. Added some of the glitter that is on the show as well, and also some of the gemstones as well.
Awesome, that looks brilliant, Craig. And remember, if you're going for the buy the show, you're going to be able to create exactly that, which Craig has done just there. Maybe if you've got a bit of time spare between shows after the wake-up call, pop yourself back and have a little look at that Facebook Live that Craig did. Craig Laird Crafter's Companion is where you'll be able to find that, which is awesome. Just to highlight again, I'm going to take you through the pattern packs in a second, but just to highlight everything you'll get in that Buy the Show collection, here it all is. I mean, what a whopper I mean, that is incredible. So if you were to buy everything individually, £286 in the UK and change, $341. Today, £160 or $240. Everyone's going to get some sort of saving with regards to their Club Inspire. Platinum members, £128 or $192. It means, hello Platinum members, you are saving well over $100 there in the US, which is brilliant. Free postage and packaging in the UK, free shipping and handling in the US as well. Oh no, 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 no. Let's have a look, Craig, come on. Show us, come on, let's go back to Craig. Let's see, show us. No. Oh, it's the card domino effect of shame that's happened over there. Just honestly, waterfall, everything just fell over. Anyway, I want to take you through another element of the collection, and I've got these pattern packs here now. These are just gorgeous. A real lovely sort of variation of finishes. So you've got some uncoated, which you're going to be able to see. Look at these. You know what they look like, Craig? They look like awesome cushion covers that you'd find in like a little cottage by the sea. We've got the seahorses on the show. Oh, I love the clamshell design. I am, yes, going through these ones upside down, I do realise. So you've got that in there. Then we move on to these ones, which are gorgeous. Now this is your, I love the clouds in here. And again, lots of different designs. These are almost like, you can't really see it from there. They're kind of like oil on canvas style. They've got that texture to them, which is absolutely excellent. Gives them loads and loads of texture. So you've got those ones just there. Then we get into these ones, which I love. Really good heavy weight to these. I'm guessing, Craig, about 350 these? They are.
Well, yep, 350.
So you've got your leather effects here as well, which is beautiful. Some really lovely tones in there. Again, I don't think you can quite pick up just how textured these are on your screen. We're then going to move into this, which is beautiful. And it's really sort of distressed, chic, vintage, French kind of feel to it, which is awesome. So you've got those ones in there. Next one we have the coos. You've got the farm animals here. So we've got the cows in there. Farm animals, let's go with animals, because zebras, they don't live on farms. You've got rabbits in here. What could be better than a swan, Craig? A swan with a dicky bow.
Exactly.
I love it, absolutely love it. The bees, you know I'm all about the bees. I love them. Some koalas in here too. And ladybirds or ladybugs, that is the debate, Craig.
Well, because we say ladybirds.
Yeah.
And the USA say ladybugs.
Ah, is that what it is? Now I know. And of course, it wouldn't be a complete collection, would it, without some gorgeous florals. That's exactly what we've got in there. A beautiful array of colour tones in here, a wonderful array of different styles of designs, as well as the designs themselves. So make sure you snap that up. If you want to get it on its own, 144 sheets, 4314 or 6474 is of course going to be in that Buy the Show collection for you. Something else that's always busy, however, I don't think, if it's the three-piece you're after, not sure we have enough of all three of these to last until the end of the show. In fact, you know what? To the top, make it drop. It's limited stock already. Boom, bang, bang. So in here, you're going to get three different colours. You're going to get the copper, you're also going to get the gold, and you're getting that wonderful silver in there. When you get these at home, put them in a big tub. Craig keeps these in a massive tub. Oh, there we are. Let's have a look at Craig's big tub. And they really expand. There you go. They really expand, don't they, Craig?
You do, because I can guarantee you will not get the flakes back into the original tub. So make sure that you've got an empty one to hand so you can pop them in.
Yes, so make sure you get those. They're not going to last the show. When the trio goes, we'll have two of the colours still in stock for you. But if you want all three and you want the great saving that you've got there, then this is definitely the time now to get them in your basket and also get them checked out, would be my advice. Now, something else that we're going to talk about, of course, is random crafts of kindness. You can still get them into me. I've got 4 awesome stories that I'm going to share with you in today's show. But if you'd like to get yours in, maybe next Wednesday or the Wednesday after, we'll share them, along with some pictures, then please email them into studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Right, I want to share a couple. We've had some really touching ones in this week, and I want to share with you a couple of those now. Paula is the first one that we had in. Paula Grella says, I made these crochet ear savers to help with the pain on the ears from the elastic due to wearing masks all day last year at the height of the pandemic. These are ingenious. I made hundreds of them, donated them to my friends in the medical field as well as the local hospital. My daughter is a radiology tech and bought them in for her co-workers and nurses. They really appreciated them and said they were a great help. Look at all of these, all beautifully packed and packaged as well there. Paula, I think that is really awesome. The next one is actually really touching, and thank you so much, Alison, for sharing this with us. Alison Mayley says, my random act of kindness was really more of a therapeutic act and a memorial tribute. When my daughter was born prematurely, I hadn't finished crocheting a blanket for her. She was 2 months early and very sick in the NICU. A nurse's mum made and gave her a blanket. When my daughter passed away, we buried her wrapped in it. It really stuck in our heart. That act of kindness shown to us that my other daughter and I wanted to pass on to all the babies in the NICU unit and their families. So now we make different sized blankets for all of the sick babies in the NICU, and we do it in memory of my daughter Sophia Grace. She would have been 13 years old this year. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your honesty and your openness and sharing that, Alison. It's a truly, really lovely, touching story and memory too. Right, we're going to take a quick break and then we will crack on with the rest of the wake-up call.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you, and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Alison there saying thank you for reading my email, thank you for all of the kind words, thank you for your honesty and being so open with us all, and Alison. Right, there's loads more coming up in the show. It's still not too late though for you to get social with us. If you want to drop me a line, you can do so in all the normal ways. Remember, Crafters TV on Facebook or Crafters Companion of course on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe if you are watching us over on YouTube. I think as well, at the corner of my eye, I can see Craig having a little crafty nosy there through the comments. Who we got tuning in saying hi, Craig?
I am indeed having a little look. Sandra on YouTube is saying, I'm thinking that I will get a couple of box frames and make a picture for each of my grandchildren for their bedrooms and one of the border collies for my sister, who at one point had 6 and now only has 4. It's a good idea, obviously going with adorable scoreable, even the decollage as well, that you could be doing that. Really good idea. We've got craft, how did you say that?
Which one?
Craft It says, hi Craig.
Craft Gidge.
Craft Gidge on YouTube. It's saying, hi Craig, glitter is such a beautiful addition. Morning to you as well, Joe.
Oh, good morning, Craft Gidge.
We've also got a lot of comments saying lovely card, thank you very much there. We have got also, Connie on YouTube is saying, fun plus crafty plus fantastic equals fun craftic.
Fun craftic.
This is a fun craftic duo, Craig and Joe.
Oh, I love it. Maybe that's the word of the day then, Craig. Fun craftic.
That could be your word of the day,
Yeah, it doesn't need to be a real word, does it?
Not at all.
You do you, as I say. I'm not sure what Laura Simmons. Laura
That's what I
Simmons
was thinking.
says not a care home. Joe ? I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. Rachel's our social media superstar. Maybe she'll add a bit of context for us there, Craig.
Do you know something? I was waiting to say something else. I'll just read this one as well. Sarah Brown on YouTube saying, did Joe say they had koalas in that pack? Yeah, the adorable Scoreable had koalas in that pack for sure. My Facebook Live last night, many of you started off by commenting and saying, Craig, show us your fingernail, show us your fingernail.
What?
We want to see your fingernail. Craig, let's see your fingernail.
Why?
And I'm saying to y'all, my fingernail? What you on about? So, as you know, Joe, when I cut my fingernails, this finger I always keep slightly longer because that's where I peel the back ends off my
foam pad
pads.
finger?
Yeah. Well, Ben had obviously been telling everyone about it yesterday on Crafters TV, and he's made this big song and dance about my fingernail. Ask Craig to show us your fingernail. And I was like, it's not exciting. I only keep it about 1 millimetre longer than my other ones to use it as picking off the back. It's my foam pad picker. So
What do you leave your fingernail longer for? Let us know in the comments. Crafters TV on Facebook or Crafts Companion over on YouTube. For Craig, it's foam pads. Who knows? I'm sure we'll open up a massive can of worms.
But it's also good, you know, to do the slit. You know, the top of the coffee pot. You know, when you have that seal around.
Yeah.
You know, when you do the pop. But yeah,
Absolutely.
good for the foam pads. Back of the foam pads there. So apologies if any of you thought it was something amazing that Ben was building up to. It wasn't. Just a normal fingernail. Interchangeable sentiments.
So it turns out, I was talking, because it was about fancy papers, Craig. Do you remember the other week when I got stately home and care home confused?
Ah.
It's to do with that, I think.
To do with
Thank
that.
you. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense now. That makes
They're very
complete
different,
sense.
Craig, turns out.
Well, what I'm going to be doing with this one is, it's already gone limited stock as you've seen, but we are going to use a little bit of Gildan Flakes when it comes to this one in a moment. But let's have a look at these ones. So this is the Gemini Interchangeable Sentiment Die Collection. So we'll go over the bundle in a moment, but the idea of these ones here is you've got your outline die onto here on the back. You've got your decoration die. All of these are separate. Then what you've got is 3 different sentiments that all fit beautifully within the aperture there. So you're going to use the 2 dies together, then you're going to choose Happy Thoughts, Happy Easter, or Happy Birthday. So that one there is your butterfly foliage. Then you've got the Just For You with the exact same concept, Joe. You can pick Thank You, Miss You, or Just For You. Then we have got, on this one here, is the Wildflowers. This is the one you love, isn't it?
Yeah, my favourite one, that. It's a very tropical, I think.
Tropical within this one. You've definitely got that vibe to it for sure.
I'd like to see the like a lovely sparkle wash done in the matte layer with a plain overlay of the top a bit. You know, so the flowers were like almost paper pieced and the colour was coming through them. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
If that black layer was like a really colourful wash.
Yeah, you could be doing that for sure, yeah. Even if you wanted to die cut this main pattern layer, then stamp it with your watermark ink pad and coat it with like any of your embossing powders, anything like that to give it a
lovely
nice sheen
idea.
and a glisten. That would work a treat. Then we've got on this one here, lovely vines. Same concept. All of the backgrounds and outlines are different from each set, but you've got 3 different sentiments that you can choose from. Best friend, best of luck, best wishes. And then on this one here, we have got the ornate swirls here. Same idea, but you've got get well wishes, birthday wishes, and sending wishes when it comes to these ones. Oh, last one. We've got congratulations, we've got celebrate, and condolences when it comes to this one here. So that is the idea of your interchangeable sentiments. Let's show you a few ideas as to what you can then be doing. So this one is using the Get Well wishes for here. So within this one, what we've done is we've started to layer them up. And what's good with these, Joe, is you don't need to do a lot to them on the background. Keep it very simple, because not only is the front doing the sentiment, but it's doing the decoration as well. But then maybe you want to do your different concepts. So we've got our Z fold card here as well. And then this is one that I'd done maybe a couple of weeks ago, when we had our alcohol inks on. I'd created a background.
That's
one
beautiful.
day, and then a few days later, I used it to have the thank you
Super
over the
colourful,
top.
that.
But then going darkers as well. What a lovely different, well, good contrast within the two of them there that you've got. And then last couple here, sending kisses. So I've shown you one from each individual design. And then this one I'd done a few weeks ago or a week past Saturday on Crafters TV.
You're loving this technique at the moment, aren't you?
Love this technique. It's one that I've done I've done this technique for quite a while. However, I started doing it quite a while back, but then I went through a spell where I didn't do it a lot, and then I've been doing it a lot more as of late. So I've die cut the sentiment, created my background using it as if it was a stamped impression, gone around it with my grey Classic pen or tri-blend pen. So there's a few ideas within that one here. So that is part of your Gemini interchangeable sentiment collection. 30 elements in total, £67 here in the UK, $76 for you guys stateside there. Mixing and matching, you can use all the sentiments on their own if you want to, but this is what's going to be part of Creative Cravens with myself and Joe, 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time or 11 a.m. Pacific Time. And what we can then do is we can then come along with the lovely vines. Now this one is going to be a very simple demonstration, Joe, because what I want to do is I want to use the interchangeable sentiment with the copper gilding flakes that we've got on the show. So what I've done is I've taken one of the patterned cardstocks, one of the patterned paper from our Hunky Dory Geo designs. This is from our Terrazzo Chic and Splendid Speckle Geo paper pad. And then what I've also done
They're like really fancy marble worktops that you'd see, aren't they, in Spain or somewhere, Craig?
That are.
Beautiful.
They really are beautiful when it comes to these ones.
What sort of weight are these, Craig?
So when it comes to your Geo paper pad, so they're 150 GSM.
Okay.
So both your Matastic pure colour and then also your patterned ones.
Gorgeous
both of which
designs.
are 150 GSM. So what I've done within these two layers of coloured layers, I've taken them ones, Joe, from the French Blue and Forest Fern Geo paper pad here. So that's created my matten layer. So what I've done, as you can see, I've already sneakily cut out a background here. So let's set them to the side, a little bit of matting and layering, that's all that I'm going to do there. But let's bring in my Gemini Junior plates and bring in the die. What I've done here, also back in the show as well on launch day, is we've got these sticky mitts, adhesive sheets from Hunky Dory. Same concept as our ones are A4 and they're double-sided adhesive sheets. So what I've done is I've taken a piece of our white smooth stamping card and I've put a layer of the sticky mitts on the top. So I'm going to pop that one in. And because we have got cardstock and an adhesive layer, I'm going to include my metal shim. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my outline here, Joe. Then what I'm also done is I've gone in with another piece of white smooth stamping card and put a layer of the sticky mints over the top. We're then going to set that one over the top and I'm going to secure them down. Now, be careful with this because your sticky mitts have got that shiny coating. It's not going to hold it 100%. You've still got that movability. But it's only enough to hold it into place, and you can also overlap onto your metal shim to ensure that it does stay in place. So lining these ones up, running it through. And as I say, the only reason I'm using my metal shim is because we've got your white cardstock, we've got your sticky layer, and you've got the plastic backing as well. So they're going to come out here. So we've got these ones. So there's one layer, there's our next layer. And then what I'm going to do, just while we're here, Joe, I'm going to take the decoration So if I can pick it up, we're going to take the decoration, and out of the same green card, deep green cardstock on this one, we're going to run the decoration through. No adhesive on this one, it's just the coloured paper on that, Joe.
Amazing cards, they do indeed. A lot of you talking about wanting these as well. Dawn Pape is looking forward to seeing the gilding flakes used a little later. Michelle says, I love this collection, talking about the interchangeable sentiments. They are very much on my wish list. Oh, well, I hope you'll grab them very soon. You've got a great saving on these. We've actually got a lot of best ever deals in that Craving show tonight. So a lot of products that you've seen, that you've enjoyed, that are very popular, but you'll be seeing them at their best ever prices. It's true for a lot of the stuff that's coming up in that show. So if you've got great deals on some really awesome core product, then that's a show for you tonight, isn't it, Craig?
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, Joe, these interchangeable sentiments and also the penny sliders, both of them are the best deal yet.
Absolutely.
So that's just even giving you an inkling as to what to expect. That's why I chose to have them on Wake Up Call today. And I hold no apologies for bringing back the interchangeable sentiments, even maybe like on a weekly basis, because they're so versatile. There's so many things that you can do. So that's why I like to bring them on to Wake Up Call.
Amazing.
Now what I'm going to do here is I've got my backing, so I'm going to peel my backing off my sticky mitts. So let's take this one off here. So that's now nice and sticky. Then what I'm going to do...
We don't have as many as we'd like of those sticky mitts as well.
We don't, do we?
I think like the gilding flakes might be another one that doesn't make it certainly to the end of the show later. And I know we really struggle to keep them in stock, don't we?
We do. We really, really do. We've gone through a spell as of late where I've been using them a lot, and it's just giving you more and more ideas. Oh, Georgina, what was that, sorry?
Ooh, sticky mitts quarter gone.
Not surprised, not surprised, because you can make your stickers and that as well. You can do your die cutting a lot easier if you want to. Now this bit here, if you're quite comfortable and quite precise, you can come along with your top layer and stick it into place. And that will then ensure that the surrounding area, the white area that's left, is the only bit that's sticky. If you're not sure if you're going to be overly precise, what you can do is pop gilding flakes over the full lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip this straight in.
Oh, that looks so satisfying, Craig.
It does, and it feels it as well.
Oh, it feels a bit naughty.
It's got that naughty feel to it. It's like you shouldn't do it, but you have to do it to get the effect.
Not? It's like when you have a bag of chips or crisps and then you have the crumbs at the end and you get it out. Or when you drink the milk at the end of your cereal and your mum would always tell you off for it.
Yeah, that. It's like that, the wrong thing.
Well, you're having a bowl of cereal and then like you got milk left, so rather than using your spoon to get it, you just take the bowl and you just pour it in the last bit. It does make more sense because it's bad manners you always told as a child, weren't you, Craig?
Yeah, bad manners.
Well, don't do that.
I heard that, Georgina. Georgina did say, she says she's not got any manners. She does. She's got impeccable manners, does Georgina. There we go. So all that I'm doing is, this is like a little squeegee
This
tool.
is that bit, you know when Craig talks about those times where I just don't say anything and I just sort of leave him. This was one of those times.
That's one of those.
Just for context.
I can see you on the monitor at the bottom here. I can see your facial expression. So I know what you're playing at. Now what I'm using here, this is a specific, it's called like a little scourer squeegee tool that we use for our gilding flakes here. I would suggest not to use something harsh like the back of a kitchen sponge or that.
So like you wouldn't use the green bit?
No, because that's just going to completely scrape it.
Right.
What you can do, if you've not got one of these, you can use the backs of our blending foam tool.
Okay.
I've tried them and they do actually work. So if you have a look on the search engine sites and that and just have a look for a little craft, do you know what it's like? It's like, you know, like your fish netting. It's like your fish netting.
Fish netting? Oh, as in like the nets that you catch fish in?
Well,
I thought you were talking about tights for a moment, sorry.
No. Can you actually, just so we're not going into blank space, George, could you go on to Joe for a minute? Only because There you go. Then what I'm going to, I'll stand back a bit, Joe, but
okay.
have a look.
Oh, okay. So it's like, oh, it's odd, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like sort of, I don't know. It's like, imagine like scour material, but very soft.
Very soft, very
yeah,
open.
very soft, very open, indeed.
And
I guess, could
that,
you use the softer side of a washing up sponge? Would you be able to use that bit, Craig?
You
if
could
you didn't
do,
have it?
yeah, you could do. I would just, please don't use like your rough side of
No.
a sponge or anything like that, because you don't want to scrape it off.
Oh, it looks like metal, Craig.
It does. And what's going to happen is when your tub is nice and new, you're going to be left with big flakes here. So you've got big flakes when it starts off. The more you use them, the more fine that it's going to become.
It's come like dust.
It does.
Anyone know dust?
But it's still going to work. The only difference, Joe, is you're not going to get big flakes within here.
Okay.
But, you know, I keep going and going and going until I've literally none left, and then I'll top it off.
Could you,
I'll
if you
top it
want
up.
to, sort of split it down, Craig, put half in one tub or half in another? Half maybe you want to keep a bit more whole and in like larger flakes, and then the other
Yeah.
half you wouldn't mind it going a bit dusty?
You can do that for
Perfect.
sure. Absolutely, you can do that. That would work an absolute treat. So then what I'm going to do, the same as well for our little sentiment. So I'm going to do the same. I'm going to tip this one in. And what I've done beforehand is we have the fans going in here. I've made sure that the fan is not blowing in my direction. Make sure you've not got any window open with a breeze, or
Right.
someone comes along and starts to blow in your direction, or try not even speak like I'm doing, because it's so light, it will just float. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to hold, and I'm going to start to use my little tool again.
Such a great technique, this.
It is. It's such a great technique. Lots of things that you can use it with when it comes to your die cuts, like we've used here.
Having those sticky sheets, I imagine, just makes it so much easier as
It
well,
does,
Craig.
yeah. It really does. Makes it super simple. Whether you maybe just want to use it to do mats and layers, then your sticky mitts are great. But of course, when it comes to using your die cuts like we're doing here, there is out on the market, Creative Expressions do it, and I am still trying to get it in stock for us here. It's called a Stay Sticky glue, or a flake glue. Different to a tacky glue, what happens is if you lay the glue down, what happens is it stays sticky until you coat it with something.
Is it a bit like a stencil glue almost?
Pretty much,
Yeah.
yeah. It looks just like tacky glue.
Right, okay.
But it's not a tacky glue. It stays sticky until you put some glitter on, or Gildan flakes or that on. So Creative Expressions do it, but we don't have it in our range just yet. I checked with the team last week, and they're going to try and... What does... Yeah.
Oh, breaking news.
Breaking news.
It would seem. Is it in stock, Georgina?
Like, it's not. So we do have a 30ml Cosmic Shimmer Flake and Glitter Glue on the website.
Amazing.
Take a picture and send it through to my one. Just going through to this sponge here. Dawn on YouTube had said it's like a filter sponge used on a fish tank. Spot on. It's exactly what it's like. That's exactly what it's like there. Right, so let's take this excess off.
It's in stock.
It's in stock.
Amazing.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Could you also check for me, Georgina? I notice you've got the dollar price there. We've got it in the UK. Right, okie doke. That opens up a world of different possibilities for upcoming demos in the future when it comes to Gildan flakes. Oh, love that. Right, better not get too excited.
Oh, it's made you Wednesday.
That is. So if you know what I'm on about, or you want to get a head start, it is Cosmic Shimmer Flake and Glitter Glue, just to let you know. Right, so what we've done, Joe, is we've taken our scourer and we've, look at that copper. Isn't that simply gorgeous? Love that.
Beautiful. Oh, Craig.
Right,
Oh
okay.
no.
Oh, no.
No. I'll let you deliver the bad news. You can be the bad news bear, Craig.
Oh, thanks. Cosmic Shimmer 30ml flake and glitter glue. There is not a lot of stock left at the moment.
Jean says, I've had some of that the gilding flakes for several years. They never seem to run out, lol.
They do last a long time. They do last ages because it is so super fine, super duper fine, that it really does last a long time. Very similar to things like your gilding waxes or your glitter pots. You know how they just seem to go on and on and on. Now what I could have done as well, another way to use the sticky mitts, is I could have used a sheet or a little panel on the back of this die cut and popped it straight on. So I'm now using my tacky glue to pop it into place. So I'm going to press that one on. Then what I'm going to do is come back in with this one. With
This
the copper.
is classy, Craig.
It is, isn't
You
it?
so fancy.
Really fancy. And that's why I wanted to have the copper gilding flakes to do the shouting. Didn't want to do much with the card blank at all. So we can pop that one into place here. So let's press that one in there. And if I hold that in for a second, let that dry. Now I'm going to bring in the one that I've already done, and the only difference that I've done is I die cut out this deep green layer and I've done a little bit of a drop shadow. See, just round the edge of the back there. That's the only difference that I've done within that one there. So that's the one that I'm going to use. So let's bring in our layers here. Basic matting and layering, and that's all that we're going to do, Joe.
Blessed crafter Tina Jolly says, what would the difference be between that process and foiling, Craig? Great question.
So, well, foiling is full-on sheets, so it's edge-to-edge sheets. So what you would then need to do is pop a layer of adhesive down, and then you're going to have to basically lay your sheets of foiling straight down. Whereas this, because it's all flakes, it's all like tiny little granules once it breaks down. You're going to get into all your small layers, you're going to get into all your die cut layers. It's more flexible,
Yeah,
it's more usable.
I guess where foiling gives you like a consistent matte or a consistent shine, doesn't
Yeah.
it? This is like textured and kind of like, it's very different, isn't it?
It is, it's a very, very different form of foiling basically. But what you can then also do is where earlier on I was using my glue pen, or you might have your quickie glue pen, you can use this, because it's tacky, you can then draw with your quickie glue pen and then let it go tacky.
Okay.
And then use your gilding flakes on the top. So a really good way of doing it. And then let's just, for speed, because I've still got one demo I need to get in, I'm going to use that there. You can add a few extra bits, but the main focal point was actually using the interchangeable sentiments with
Beautiful.
the gilding flakes. That we
I
can
love
see
that
there.
paper you've used in the background there. It's like a faux marble, isn't it? It's just
Works
beautiful.
well, doesn't it?
Really, really well. Incredible demonstration there, Craig.
So thank you very much. So there you go, interchangeable sentiment die collection. We'll go over that again. As it stands at the moment, I've got two demos, different demos planned for Creative Cravens when myself and Joe's going to be back. Of course, 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, or 11 a.m. Pacific Time. But if you do want to go for that full bundle, £67, $76, really cracking saving. But of course, if you are across Central Europe, everyone, either crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu, that's where you want to go. And well, Joe, get it checked out in your basket.
Get it straight in your basket is what I would say. Now what I'd love to do is share some more of your random crafts of kindness, if I may. The first story I want to share with you is from Sandra Belanger. I hope I pronounced that right, Sandra. She says, I started making cards in 2016 when my dad was in the nursing home. I noticed that the patients loved the cards I made for my dad, so I started making up cheery cards for them, and the smile on their faces made me feel like I was on top of the world. After Dad passed, I continued to make cards for the nursing home near me, and again, I get the best feeling when they are handed my cards, and the smile on their faces are precious and so happy. I pray they know they are not forgotten. How lovely is that, Craig? Really gorgeous. And some beautiful, beautiful cards there as well. A really lovely thing to do, Sandra. One more to share with you as well. Linda says, one sample of the cards I make for the sick and shut in my church in Baltimore, Maryland. What a lovely thing to do, Linda. I really love that as well. What a gorgeous, gorgeous creation. So many of you crafters out there doing such lovely things for random people. I think it is a really beautiful, touching thing to do. If you've got some random crafts of kindness stories you'd like to share with us, then please get them in. Share an image and story of something you have made to brighten a stranger's day. These stories will be shared on Wednesday's Wake Up Call, which is today. We will, of course, be sharing them next week and get them into a studio at crafterscompanion.co.uk. Attach some pictures as well, because we'd love to be able to share your creativity with everyone. Now, every Creative Craving show needs a hero tool. It does. And this one's is awesome. It's a real great restock opportunity for you on our hero products when it comes to our glue. So what you're going to get in here is you are going to get 2 of the all-purpose, which is brilliant for a whole host of different things. It really gives lots of rigidity to your products as well, your projects. You're also going to get as well 2 of the iconic tacky glues in there too, which is great for those kind of coated cardstocks. You will get 2 of our tape pens. You get 2 of the dotty ones, which are great for those intricate dies, and you're also going to get 2 of our permanent ones in there, which is fantastic. And you're also getting in there 2 of the fine tip glue applicators too. Now, it is the hero tool. That means we can only hold the deal for 24 hours, all while the stock lasts. So if you want it, definitely grab it. You can use your Club Inspired discount on top of there as well. I was going to say, should you wish? Of course you wish to, because it means you're going to get a cheeky discount, which is awesome. Rachel's just reminded me, Craig, great shout. I don't know if you've seen. We need to do a demo of the show in the Wake Up tool now. When you are all ready, I think Craig's going to get himself set up for it. While Craig gets set up for that, I want to share with you the Centura. Now, you've got some incredible colours in here in the Centura Pearl. This one here, you're going to get 10 sheets of each of these. Cherry, yes please. How beautiful is that one? You're also going to get the fabulous lilac in this. I love the way, I mean, if you've not had or crafted with Centura Pearl yet, I mean, you really are missing out. It's stunning. This one here is your mint, which is beautiful. Really lovely, fresh, summery pop of colour right there. This one here is the pumpkin, which is gorgeous. Hilarious. We had a hilarious squash pumpkin conversation last week, didn't we? We tried to explain the concept of orange squash. It didn't go well. It really didn't. Pop yourself back and watch that back. This one here, lavender, one of my favourite colours. Or Craig, I went into a shop last night and bought myself, I'm going to say which shop it was. I went into Lush, because look, I love a Lush bath bomb at the end of the day. Now they do them, Craig, where you get the bath bomb and it's in like a muslin bag. So it has like loads of like fresh flowers and stuff inside it. But normally they'd go all over the bath. Ooh. It's in a little tied bag, keeps it all inside. So I did a lavender bath bomb last night before I went to bed. Oh, heavenly. Anyway, I digress. This is your platinum, which is awesome. Really, really beautiful. Check that out. And then you've also got the black there. Interesting that we've got, well, interesting, rare that we see the black. Rare that you see a black in mirror, really, isn't it, Craig? No. And very hard to get hold of. And this is a true black. I know that sounds ridiculous, no, it doesn't. But a lot of blacks that are out there are not true black, are they?
No, they're not. They're not. And that is literally true black and in Centura Pearl.
Really, really gorgeous. $17.79 or $26.71, depending on where you are shopping. Craig, demo of the show. Do
you know what I'm even going to do, Joe?
What?
I think I better include. So you've got a nice selection to choose from. This is the demo that we're away to Speedcraft through. This is using the penny slider. So we're away to do this one in a moment. So let's include that so that you've got 3 to choose from. So number 1 is with the hunky-dory decollage that we can see here above my hand. Then number 2 is with the interchangeable sentiments using the Gildan Flakes. And then number 3 is using the penny slider, which is also going to be using the hunky-dory duo paper pad as well. So 3, 2, or 1.
3, 2, 1, Dusty Bin. Let us know. Crafters TV on Facebook, or of course Crafters Companion if you are over on YouTube. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you know when we go live every single time if you are watching us, of course, over on YouTube. Right, 12 minutes left, Craig. Can he do it? Of course he can. He's the Hottie Scotty crafting supernova.
What we will do is we'll step by step through it later on in the show. We've got a couple of demos on Creative Craven, so let's go through this penny slider. So one of the duo paper pads with the cardstock that is edge-to-edge colour, and then I've taken one of the map ones as well. Now what I've done is I've got a sheet of sticky mitts on the back here, and it'll explain that in a moment. So what I'm going to do is taking the backing off. So let's take this one off. And remember at the start of the show when I used the backing of foam pad sheet with my decollage, well this is the sort of backing you're going to use. So keep a hold of that and you can start to layer up all of your decollage elements up. So we're going to stick this one on. Then what we're going to do is let's bring in our die here. I'm going to do smooth sailing. So I'm going to pop this into the middle. And the reason that I done edge to edge adhesive on the back with the sticky mitts, Joe, was if I only put adhesive all the way around, what would happen is the two layers in the middle here would kind of separate because they're not stuck down. So therefore, by doing sticky mitts all the way around and completely over the back, it means the base layer and top layer are going to be nicely secured together.
This paper is stunning, isn't it?
It's so good. And lots of different world maps and lots of different maps within it. You've got the world, you've got Australia, you've got the UK, you've got the US, you've got just Europe, you've got just Asia, lots of different forms when it comes to the maps. So we'll have a look at them in launch day.
I love a map, Craig.
You do like a map,
Love
don't you?
a map. I think I love travel. I really, really do love travelling. So maps, especially old maps, vintage maps. I've got a bit of a craft idea, Craig. I need to talk to you about it. I've got an idea for some side tables for my apartment. I really want to create something, not everything in my apartment, but I want one of my pieces of furniture to be something that I've made or have upcycled or done something with. There's this incredible bookshop near me, Craig. It's like an Aladdin's cave. You're not allowed to use your phone when you go in there. If you get your phone out, your phone goes off, they chuck you out.
Really?
Yeah, it's very like, it's purist, this
Quite
bookshop.
like that.
But what they have is they sell loads of vintage newspapers. They're like real newspapers from like the 40s, 50s and 60s, and you can buy them. So I've got this idea to sort of have a side table or a couple of side tables, and I've sort of decoupaged them up with some of these vintage newspapers. I think it could be really cool. Idea. But I'm going to need your help, Craig, putting it together.
Okay.
All right, excellent.
That's definitely doable for sure.
I think it'd be nice just to have something I've made in there.
Too right.
I've got something you've made in my house.
Have you still got it, have you?
So I've got a little display, yeah, with my little Joe sign in there.
A little shrine to me.
I've also got that beautiful, remember that beautiful tag that someone sent me recently as well, Craig?
That's right.
Joe one.
I remember that.
That's on my little display cabinet at home. I've got a little section of like crafty memorabilia going on.
And you've got it. You've got it
all there laid out in my apartment, yeah.
That's nice, that.
Yeah, it's really lovely.
It's nice to be able to keep stuff like that, isn't it? I like it.
Especially when we get so many beautiful things as well.
Yeah. Nice to be appreciated, and therefore it's nice to hold on to them.
Absolutely. Dawn says, so excited to try something new now. My son works at a fish store, so now I am on a mission for him to bring me that sponge.
There you go.
It's not about what you know, is it? It's about who you know, Dawn.
It's who you know. But that's a really good way of explaining it, like the filters and the fish sponges. Now, layered up, created my little kind of horseshoe shape here, and we've got to make sure that we've got enough room for the penny to go around. Now I've taken a little foam pad, Joe. Now what I like to do to die cut my little circle foam pad, so many of you have got this die from our Gemini Mini range, and the little circle I use to die cut my little circle foam pad there, that's the perfect one. So I've got two pennies here, and I've got my circle foam pad that I've already cut out. So what I'm going to do is let's go in this way. So let's take this backing off here. So I've already stamped, cut and coloured my little sailing boat. But what you could do is having the maps, Joe, would work well with the little spaceman as well. You could have him as if he's floating about in space above the world. So we've got our pennies, that's working a treat now. And then what we're going to do is let's pop another square on top of my penny here. I'm then going to bring in my little boat, pop that one there. So you'll see, just get it going, starts to work its way round.
Fabulous.
And what I'm doing
Is it always best to check that movement before you stick it down, Craig?
I would, yeah. Making sure that it's not jamming against anything on the back. Maybe you've got a little bit excess of adhesive where you don't need it. What it's also doing as well is when you die cut your little design in the middle there, it actually pulls in at the edges, which you want. But sometimes the little bits of fibre can stop it being a free-flowing movement.
Okay.
So just have a plate to start with, get it moving. Once it starts, then that's it, there's no stopping. It'll keep going and going. So layering up into the top here. Within the set, you've got the little, it's kind of like the little sea waves. So I've included
The motion of the ocean.
Motion of the ocean.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Motion of the ocean. So I'm going to layer these along the base. Let's layer this one within the centre on top here. And then also using one of the sentiments, Joe, wishing you smooth sailing. And I'm very much, as I was explaining on Facebook Live last night, very much into sentiments on long strips just now. I'm loving this look. So I'm going to pop that one along the top, and then there we go. So we've combined our penny slider with the duo paper pad that we've got coming up in launch day, which of course you can get a head start now and purchase. So there we go. So I'm going to keep moving. How fun's that? Really fun
beautiful.
there. So there you go. That's part of the Gemini penny slider collection that we'll be focusing on again on Creative Craven. £63 here in the UK, or $82 for you guys stateside as well. So there we go. Use them on their own, or if you want to use your hunky-dory paper pads, then you absolutely can do. So really, really fun card that you could be making when it comes to the penny sliders.
It really is. I just want to remind you as well, don't forget to get your random crafts of kindness into us, because we'd love to share them with everyone next week. As you can see just here, just email it in, share an image and story of something you've made to brighten a stranger's day, or it could be something someone made to brighten your day, which would be lovely. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk is where you need to send it into. Now, Craig, the demo of the show won by just 4 votes today. Can you believe that?
Ooh, can you believe it? What? No, I know what. You probably got a sneak peek. Can you,
It's numero uno, Craig.
Number
uno.
1 that we've got here. So again, using the decollage and also using a little bit of foiled acetate, which you sold out even before we got to the show. And I'm going to tell you as well, because Georgina's just said it into my ear, many of you are already jumping on that glitter and flake glue. So we will be looking at that at another show, not necessarily today, because that's probably going to sold out, but just to know that we do have it on the website, so it's worthwhile checking out. Right, I would say that's it for today, but it's not. It's me and you for the rest of the day, and jam-packed full it is.
It is. Buckle up. You're going to be
ready?
in for a crafty ride, aren't they?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and remember, double points, Craig, as well, and everything in that Hunky Dory show. How awesome is that?
That's really, really good. So whether you're going to go buy the show, certain bundles, maybe you're going to stock up on what's left of the Gildan Flakes, maybe some of the gems, what you're going to be able to do is use them together into your basket and get double points as well. So we are going to be back for launch day, 3 p.m. here in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time. Then what we're going to be doing is coming back once again for Creative Cravens, both myself and Joe, remembering where we've got the interchangeable sentiments and we've got the penny sliders, both at the best deal yet. So it's worthwhile checking them out. If not beforehand, then during the show. That's not the only thing. Got lots of other things as well coming up in Creative Craven. So while we go and get reset, get a cup of tea and maybe get something quick to eat, we'll see you very shortly for a whopper of a launch day, which is all about hunky-dory crafts. We'll see you then.
Bye.